Hello, Periscopers. I'm joining a little late, so I hope you're still with me. I am going to share here on Twitter, and I'm also going to share on Facebook, which I don't often do. Make sure I can figure out how to do it. And I was a little bit late because I was actually watching my friend's Periscope. I know, right? Crazy. Dr. Tama Bryant Davis, who does a wonderful Periscope show, I guess, every so often. And because was flying to Oakland, where I am speaking. Hello, Ms. ARW. And I left my laptop on the plane. Ah! And so we had to go back to the airport and get it. It is recovered, which is just a tremendous blessing. Hello, Felicia. Good to see you. So thank you all for waiting for me, for joining in today. As I'm traveling, so I was a little bit late. I hope I have a good connection here in the hotel. Thank you, NHB, for joining. I appreciate it. And Unknown, thank you for joining us here in the Bipolar Faith Periscope. I'm going to go ahead and get started and hope that you all will join us. Thank you for joining 5353. I appreciate it. Maho666, thank you for joining us. And I'm going to go ahead and get started, and you can always catch the replay. My name is Monica A. Coleman. I am a professor of religion, and I'm based in Los Angeles, California. And I'm the author of the book Bipolar Faith, A Black Woman's Journey with Depression and Faith, which is now out. It's been 1 week, which is exciting for me with Bipolar Faith. And I come on Periscope every weekday to answer the questions that I get asked the most. And those questions are, what are my spiritual practices? And how do I live faithfully with a depressive condition? And this is just a hard time right now in the United States. I know some of you are looking from outside the U.S. It's a hard time to be African American. It's a hard time to live and love those who are African American. It's a challenging time for people who are concerned about the ways in which communities express protest and the injustices around race and police. It's just a tough time. And if you didn't live with a depressive condition, you're just already probably traumatized, upset, undone just by checking if you watch the videos. I don't even watch the videos because it's more than I can handle, but just hearing about what's in the videos, hearing about what's going on. And if you already live with a depressive condition, it could just almost push you over the edge, I think. Or just really make you concerned and stressed out and worried, which is how I feel as a parent, as someone who is, who identifies as African American, and it's just a tough time. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that and about the spiritual practice that I am experiencing today, which is usually my commitment to share with you all. So if you saw the title is hospitality. And I just arrived in Oakland today, and I have just been overwhelmed by hospitality. Allen Temple Baptist Church is just wrapping me up in love and service and making me feel so welcome. And it reminded me that hospitality really is a spiritual practice. It talks about it in the Bible, even when it says look out for when you're entertaining angels unaware, right? Because you never know who you're hosting. So many of what we see in the Hebrew scriptures are these mandates about being hospitable. How do you treat strangers in your midst? How do you treat those who are coming to your door and asking for something? We've been strangers, it says, so you should treat strangers a certain way, and you should be welcoming to them and make sure they're not sleeping in the city square, make sure they have food. And that this is something that it's a value that God has actually asked of us in our spiritual heritage for a long time, of what it is to make other people feel welcome. And I like hospitality. I'm one of those people who likes to cook, as you notice if you follow me on Instagram. And I really like to cook for other people. I like to eat what I cook, but I also get so much joy from seeing other people happy about what I cook for them. Or if I have a large event or a party, I just want everyone to come. I invite everyone I know who I think can fit in my house, even if they can't. And I just want the doors to be open. I want people to feel love and to feel good energy and to feel spirit. And that's my gift to other people. And so it's something that you can also receive. And I think it's such an important spiritual practice to talk about now. At a time when some of us feel wordless, we don't know what to say, we don't know what to do, we don't know the best responses of protestation or activism or self-care. Do I unplug? Do I plug in? What is the media saying? I need to know. I don't want to know. That there's a really powerful act of hospitality I see going on. I see people, even in social media, inviting their friends. You tell me what you need. You speak, opening their doors. Come to my church. Come into this place. Sit here. We're going to sing. We're going to pray. We're going to march. But we're going to do it together. And I love to see this spirit of welcoming, whether it's just asking a friend to tell them your experience and I'm going to listen. Checking in with somebody and saying, hey, how are you doing in the midst of all this? Which is what I've been doing with a lot of my friends and my friends are doing with me. To say, I'm just going to take you to get something to eat. I'm going to bring you something. I'm going to welcome you into my world and my experiences. This is the time for me to welcome somebody else into my world and to me to listen to them and me to hear them. I'm hearing so much of this and seeing so much of this. And for people to say, and we need you to do that. You know, this is actually the spiritual practice I think that is needed for those who are outside of these experiences to open their hearts, open their homes, open their churches, open their tables. I mean, this is really what the Eucharist is about in the Christian tradition. I think about opening our tables to everybody who's around us and saying we're all going to sit here and we're going to break bread together. We're going to do it when it's tough. We're going to do it when it's fun. We're going to do it when we're celebrating. We're going to do it when we're mourning and when we're angry. We're going to break bread together. We might not understand each other. We're going to try. We're going to sit here. We're going to do it. It's, to me, the greatest act of hospitality, that we're welcomed back to this table every week, every day, every month, and in my opinion, for every meal is our chance to do this in memory of our great teachers, our saviors, our prophets, our leaders who are willing to say, we're going to open the table. And sometimes it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard when you're angry. It's hard when you want to hunker down. It's hard when you want to be by yourself. And I mean, hey, that's what a lot of people with depression experience. I want to be alone. I want to hunker down. I want to be by myself. I want to just moan and just leave me alone. And sometimes hospitality is exactly the gift that we need. It's exactly the kind of spiritual practice that someone can offer that doesn't ask anything of us, but just invites. And so I am experiencing great hospitality right now. Shout out to Allen Temple Baptist Church. But I also remember what a great joy it brings me when I'm able to extend myself and to welcome people into energy and food and love. And remember that it's also sometimes a challenge to welcome the stranger, to sit at the table with those who are different from you, to hear and to learn and to step out of your comfort zone and to break bread together no matter what. And that really is a kind of spirit of hospitality. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about righteous indignation when it's called for. And I definitely feel the anger, and I feel, God, so much grief and so much sadness about what is happening in our country. And it gives me great concern and great stress as I think about my own family, as I think about my loved ones, and even people I don't know. These emotions are all genuine and all real, and it really means something, I think, that even when that's all we have, which is quite a bit, that we're not alone in them, that we're able to sit down with other people and to have other people invite us to share how we're feeling, what we're doing, what's going on, and to try to understand, and even when we don't understand, to accept. I think that's what hospitality is really about. Even when you don't understand, you accept and you welcome. So I hope that we can all think about how this practice is alive in our lives. So thank you all for joining me today. Again, my name is Monica A. Coleman. I am a professor of religion based in Los Angeles, California. I am the author of the book Bipolar Faith, A Black Woman's Journey with Depression and Faith. And I am on book tour, so you can learn more about me at bipolarfaith.com. Also go to monicaacoleman.com. Either one. You can buy the book. You can ask for it at your local bookseller. You can get it at amazon.com, barnesandnoble.com, your local online bookseller. Follow the hashtag bipolarfaith. And if you are in the Bay Area, you have friends in the Bay Area, send them to Allen Temple Baptist Church. I will be preaching 8 o'clock and 11:15 on Sunday morning. Thank you for looking for the book. I'm also going to be in LA, in DC, in Baltimore, in New York, in Detroit, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So you just check out bipolarfaith.com and hit book tour, and it'll tell you where I'm going to be. And hopefully I will see you there. Again, thank you so much for joining, and I will come back on Monday afternoon. You'll catch me then. Many blessings.